So I have established the fact that in 1986 they made a Batman comic book called The Dark Knight Returns, which is exactly like the 2012 film of The Dark Knight Rises, where we find a crazy man goes into a movie theater and kills and slays people. And of course, I established the fact that he has orange or red hair. And I've also established the fact that the Batman video game called Arkham City takes place in none other than the Monarch movie theater. And I also established the fact that the CIA has what's called MK Ultra, also Monarch mind control programming. Then I established the fact that the Monarch Theater was the very place that Bruce Wayne, as a little kid, aka Batman, was the place that his parents were killed.
Ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
And by the way, the pale moon is the non-bright, non-brilliant, waning or waning moon. That which is disappearing, the dying moon. In other words, it's the night of the black moon of death.
Tell me, kid. You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Man, let's go! Let's go, Jack!
Did you notice his name is Jack?
Let's go, Jack!
And you'll notice that the early police reports stated that James, or Jack, the Joker, said that he was, in fact, the Joker. And of course, he has the orange or the red hair like the Joker. And of course, he is clothed and dressed in the scarlet red or the purple. You see, because the Joker is always clothed and dressed in scarlet red or purple. And don't think for a second that James Holmes gets to choose his outfit to wear in court. He's wearing the scarlet purple because he is the jackass or the Joker. Now let's take a look at the doorway or the portal of the brainwashing door to the movie theater. You'll notice the color is none other than purple. And you'll also notice that they said that he kicked this door in. But as you clearly see, this thick door and the door jamb was certainly never kicked in. And you may or may not know this, but the color purple is the royal color of the monarchy. Purple is the royal color that distinguishes the elite or the elders of the monarchy. So now you know why they sprayed the demonstrators in South Africa with the purple rain. So one reason that the Joker wears purple is because purple represents the color of death. And when the sun goes to the underworld and dies during the sunset, you'll notice that one of the main colors is purple. And in parapsychology, people with purple auroras or auras are said to have a love for ritual and ceremony. And in transpersonal psychology, the psychoatomic circuit is triggered by the color purple, thus the psychedelic color of purple. And this is exactly why when you want to trip out or take drugs and get into a psychedelic mood, you'll notice that you use the black light, which is the ultraviolet light of MK Ultra, the purple light or the black light. Thus the connection of the monarchy and the monarch mind control of MK Ultra, or the ultraviolet purple light. You see, the monarch butterflies, or butterflies in general, see in ultraviolet purple light. Believe me, there is much more to the monarch brainwash programming than you could ever imagine. Just take a look around you and do a little research. I mean, all you need to do is take a deeper look, like the Disney film Alice in Wonderland, combining the sacred drugs with that of the butterfly. So like I said, the monarch programming or brainwashing is found throughout Hollywood and the advertisement and music industry. So part of the monarch programming or mind control consists of the color of purple. So keep an eye out for the color purple and mind control, especially with children. So let's take the mind control of Disney, for example, thus the Purple Castle, and you'll notice that all of their evil villains almost always are the color of purple. Once again proving that the color purple or violet purple is used in mind control, thus relating purple to evilness. So like I said, the color purple is very important to the ritualistic dark arts such as voodoo, Satanism, and witchcraft, which is why the black ball or the 8-ball, you'll notice, has the color purple in it, which is why you will find plenty of violet or the color purple at the Dark Knight Aurora, Colorado shooting. So if you've been lucky enough to watch my videos and documentaries in the past, you will know without question that I have exposed the Illuminati colors of red and blue. These are the two or bi-colors of the two dualistic polarities. Thus, these two colors of red and blue are the paradox colors that form, when combined, the color of purple. So the red and the blue represent the two polarities of nature, thus day and night, the red and the blue, or winter and summer, the red and the blue, which is exactly why when you combine the two seasons or the two parallel seasons of red and blue, winter and summer, day and night, you get the realm of the third realm, which is the color purple, the point of the two that meet or separate, the point of the portal, the doorway, the very point between the two parallel worlds. So remember I told you about the scarlet red or the purple from Cana, Phoenicia. Thus we have the phoenix. The phoenix rises from its ashes, thus the life or rebirth from death, which is exactly why the phoenix is associated with crimson red or the scarlet red and purple. Now remember I told you about the purple sunset, which is the time between day and night. This is exactly why the Joker is the color purple, because it represents the time between the winter and summer, or day and night. You see, the Joker is the anthropomorphic figure of the annual year. So you see, he is the Joker, the Jester, the Jack, the fool, the green man, the ancient figure representation of the annual year. He is the Jack in the Green. And it's the same story with Jesus. He is the anthropomorphic figure of the annual year. So you see, this is exactly why Jesus is the figure of nature, of springtime, when the world is rebirthed and renewed over again. It is the firstborn of the dead of springtime. So Jesus represents the green man. He is the Jack. He is the Joker, which is why he speaks in parables. A parable is exactly like the Riddler or the Joker. It's a bullshit story or a joke. It is a riddle, which is exactly why we have the two-faced liar. And it's the same exact story with playing cards, which is the bicycle of winter and summer. This is exactly why there are 52 cards to a deck, which represents the 52 weeks in a year, which is why there are 4 suites, which represent the 4 seasons in an annual year. So you see, this is exactly why there is a Jack or a Joker or a Jesus, for that matter, in a deck of playing cards. So that's why the Bible has the story of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, or the 4 seasons, which is why there are 4 archangels. And like I said, it's the same story with your birthday, which is exactly why you have a Jack or a Joker at your birthday party, which is a celebration of your annual solar and lunar year. So you see, it represents the wheel of the zodiac, or the circle that continues forever, the Ouroboros. Thus, the reason, the theme of circles and rings at your birthday.
Here, give the magic bonanza wheel a spin. Oh, sure, all right.
Okay, let me just show you how it works here. Start here. Like that.
Wowee, Kazowie! That's not only drawn me in, I'm getting a little bamboozled watching it.
And of course, this is why you have plenty of fertility balloons on your birthday, because it represents the fertility of the annual year. So you see, this is why on the annual cycle of the annual year, you dress up and celebrate with the party hats. And what you don't realize is that you're dressing up exactly as the character, or the anthropomorphic character of the annual year. You are dressing up as the Joker or the Jack. Now let's take Princess Diana into account. Like I said, she was killed on the black moon, and Diana means the diagonal, or the dios, the two, thus the dragon that is cut in two. You see, Princess Diana was born in the mid-ell of the year, which is why the Roman moon goddess Diana is the goddess of the crossroads. And that's exactly why the state of Indiana, or in Diana, is the state of the crossroads. And would you believe the Princess Diana tie beanie baby is none other than the color of purple. And one more quick analogy. The drag queen is the dragon queen, thus the dragon goddess, which is why a drag queen is a male who's dressed as a female, one who is in the middle between male and female. Thus, the reason that drag queens are almost always dressed in purple. So perhaps now you'll understand the Teletubbies' purple Tinky Winky, who is supposed to be a male, but of course carries the hot pink purse with the symbolism of the female delta or the inverted triangle.